Hey guys, it's me, Ruowen Huang. Don't you love internet? I think I can say this so many times because I realize because of the creation of internet, very often you are able to throw one idea out there and then, then people will continue bounce back more idea, right? It's like a huge brainstorming pot, which I like a lot, because I like different perspective of thing and different thing that push me thinking in different angle. Anyway, so before I want to start the topic today, let me introduce myself. My name is Ruowen Huang. I'm an author, spirit coach, and also a psychic. Today, our topic is, are you multipotentialite? Where do I come up with this word? I didn't come up with this word, actually. Someone else did. What's so funny is yesterday after sharing the Periscope with you guys, and someone shared a TED Talk with me. And this speaker is called Emily Wapnick. I will attach her link under my YouTube, so you guys can go check her out. Basically, she's like me, we cannot focus on one thing, and then we are, seems to be all over the place. And then she also suffered through the period of time she thinks something's wrong with me. I just want to quickly sum it up. I'm pretty sure she can give you a better idea, what she's trying to tell you. But basically what she's saying is, our mind seems to be limited since the young age when people asking us, what do you want to be when you grow up? So because of that mindset, we always believing our future can only be one thing that we're going to be. We can never open up for possibility there can be several things at the same time, right? So to those people who tend to have hard time focusing on just one thing, they're living in a society continuously believing there's something wrong with me, right? And then it's not until later we all come to this point accepting this is who we are, what we are. It's the point that we actually start accepting who we are. We start developing advantage of being who we are, right? So what she's talking about, there's always specialty people out there, and then there will be people like us, which is called multipotentialite. I'm loving this word because it's better than calling myself ADHD, right? ADHD sounds like a disease, but multipotentialite sounds like a superhero, don't you think? So I think for many of you who was influenced by me yesterday, let's start calling ourselves superhero anyway. So at least that sounds pretty cool. For the heck of it. So anyway, so she brought up, my husband also told me that I need to limit my anyway. But, I can only pay attention. Hopefully, in the future, I will, erase it altogether. So, what she pointed out is there are certain qualities of multipotentialite. It did take a couple practice to say fluently. I realize it is. There is idea synthesis. So what happened is, different from specialty expert on one field, right? Multipotentialite seems to be, cover this area a little bit, this area a little bit. So what she described is, innovation usually happen here. Let's say this is specialty A, this is specialty B, and idea usually happen in here. You know what I mean? So, because multipotentialite seems to have interest on all areas. So for them, they seem to be able to connect to, expertise and then create something different, right? So basically combine idea, general idea, just because they seem to have general idea of everything else instead of just one thing. So that's one quality that she say. Second quality she say is, if you are multi-potentialite, you tend to have rapid learning, which I did. I seem to pick up things really fast, right? And I can move on to the next subject, and then I pick up that thing really fast. That's why yesterday I mentioned I seems to do good even in a job I don't like, because, probably the same symptom is like, girl, right? We did it for a little bit. I get it. What now? Right? We get bored of it, so we want something new, something else to keep us excited, right? So That's the second quality. And then third quality is adaptability. That means because with the knowledge that we have in our area, it seems that we are able to adapt ourselves, because with everything, we always start new thing, right? So it's become something new for us. It's not something new for us. It's just so common because we always starting something new. So instead of people who in the field and they're comfortable in that field, and ask them to try something new, they might be a little bit hesitant, because for people like us, we just always try something new. So trying something new is really nothing new to us. We just, okay, let's try it then, right? So basically those are 3 qualities it mentioned. So the reason I want to quickly, roughly talk about this is just, because it's an English TED Talk, right? You can really click in and have a more thorough explanation from this tech speaker, Amelie Wapnick. But I will attach a link. So the reason I bring up and talk about this is, just give you guys another possibility. You don't have to call yourself ADHD. You can call yourself a superhero name. That is called Multipotentialite. It sounds cool. So Multipotentialite come with 3 special superpower. Okay, this is my cat, but come with 3 special power. One is ideal synthesis. The second is rapid learning, and then third is adaptability, right? But other than this, I also want to talk about a common obstacle that Multipotentialite deal with. Right, because after sharing my Periscope yesterday, I had people ask me, here, let me see if I can read out a question here. She said, well, I cannot focus either. Maybe it's because I'm afraid that I don't have ability, so that's why I give up in the middle. I did try, but the truth is I cannot focus, or I'm incapable of doing that. So at the end, I always give up, right? And also waste a lot of money. Or maybe it's because I am too lazy, or I never had the desire to achieve anything. So in regard to that question, which is, mind you all, very, very common obstacle, like we Multipotentialite had to deal with. If every superhero had to fight a evil force, this is it. Let me tell you why this is it. Because I cannot fool that. I also explained it last episode, which was yesterday, right? I didn't really come to this accepting who I am without going through difficulty. You know what I mean? So that is, I go through majority of my life believing there's something wrong with me. Right, and I was convinced by my family or my society, my culture, or whatever it is, right? I was convinced there's something wrong with me because I simply cannot be good at one thing and one thing only. So, it's everything. Eventually you realize how everything connects all together, because in the earlier on my episode, I mentioned we choose our platform, right? We choose the test of life so we can overcome it in order to reach our purpose of life. Let's say you were born a superhero, but if you were just born like that and never overcome any obstacle, you will never become a superhero, really. You're just born like that. It doesn't make sense. You have to have some kind of difficulty. You deal with it, and then eventually you realize, hey, I actually have this superpower, right? So how do you do this for people like us? Usually you come with a lot of internal fear. And then from what my observation is, which again, I can only share with you from what I observed so far, is a lot of potentialites usually stop by fear. Fear mostly not from outside, but from inside. We actually have this internal fear to like you were right. You probably think I'm not good enough, right? So if I'm good at one thing, then people is gonna criticize me, and then they're gonna realize I have nothing to offer. That is actually very common fear. I realize what multi-potentialites had to deal with or have to overcome, right? Because we're living in a society. Come on, as much as we want world peace, as much as we want everybody living in equality, come on, let's deal with fact. This is not a world yet, right? It may be, but just not yet, right? So what happened is we're living in this society, there's still a lot of criticism, there's a lot of, judgment, there's a lot of, opinion. There's so many opinions out there, right? So what happened is we always putting ourselves in the position, we evaluate what it is that we are. Like if we present ourselves, how people are going to think about it, how people are going to judge us, how people are going to, decide who we are and all that for us. You know what I mean? So because of all that fear, and understand that you will have fear, because those are the fear that exactly you plan on your life so you can overcome it. Okay, so those are your tasks. Those are not your goal of your life, right? So what it is because we're living in this fear, and then we don't believe in ourselves, right? So very often, before we even try something new, or before even we start something, even we have an idea, this is like for me, for example, I tend to start a story, and then into chapter 6 or 8, I start questioning, well, what if people don't like it? You know what I mean? And I believe that, or I also talk to a lot of authors, a lot of, drawing comic people, artists and things like that. They seem to always have that kind of struggle too, right? Because, what if people don't like us? So that is also the same fear of why, you were dealing through, right now where you are, you're thinking, I am not good enough at anything. That is not true. The reason you believing you are not good at anything is, I'm here can clearly tell you, because there's a fear. Whatever fear that is, there's a fear in the way, okay? And that fear is stopping you from moving forward, and it's convince you that you are not good enough. You know what I mean? Because that fear is in the way, and then you then get convinced. You get convinced that there's no way I can fight this. Therefore, you give up. So it's not like you're really not good at focusing something. It's not like you're really not good at something. It's before you want to be good at something, you have to somehow overcome your own fear, become that superhero, and really battle that fear demon in you, so you can actually start seeing a light. You know what I mean? Because this, as I say, it's never about result. When we come to become a human, or we come to become a living soul in this planet, it's never about result, what it is we get. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is, it's never about winning the devil. It's how we defeated it. It's gonna make us feel achievement in our life. So I hope I'm not too out of topic, but what I really want to share with you is, if you are like this follower and then also believe like you cannot focus, it's just not in you, or you always give up in the middle, of the journey or something, I'm here simply to give you another suggestion. Maybe that's not it. Maybe you have some kind of fear that is stopping you, and then you let them convince you that you are not good enough, or you are not powerful enough. But I'm here, instead of calling yourself ADHD, I give you a superhero name that's called Multipotentialite. Okay? This speaker say the greatest idea come from a specialist and the multipotentialite idea combined together. Okay? So instead of denying who you are, which relate to so many episodes I talk about, you create your reality. Your thought will manifest your reality. So instead of sitting here and believing, you know what, I'm not good enough, I can never do anything in life, like impress people. What I'm saying, like, let it go, guys. At this moment, I don't care your specialty or multi-potentialite, stop believing you are a superhero, will ya? How do you become superhero? Step 1, confront your own fear. Your own fear, not other people's fear. Your own fear. If you believe you're not good enough, confront it and deal with it, and start yelling back and say, you know what? I am good enough, and I'm going to show it to you. Okay? Not to the world, but try that with that inner devil that's been stopping you from moving forward. Anyway, at least for me, it worked. To a lot of followers of mine, it worked as well. So I'm here to suggest, give it a try. You have nothing to lose, trust me. So anyway, just another topic to continuously, discuss what we talked about yesterday. So, if you are like me ever, or like I was before, questioning if you have some problem, guys, let it go. You have no problem. Okay? You choose exactly to born the way you are. You might dealing with some obstacle, you might dealing with some devil, but come on, bring out that superhero in you and let's fight it. Okay? Then you will see what kind of special power you have and what kind of great potential you have. So again, if you like what I'm doing, you can always join me live on Periscope, or go to my Facebook, or subscribe my YouTube channel, or my website, ruowen.com. Till then, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.